Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Horoscope TV.
Yeah, it is great to be back here.
I am honestly so thrilled to be in the studio today. We have been looking at the astrological data for March 2026, and I have to say my jaw just hit the floor
Oh, yeah.
when I saw the charts for this upcoming week.
It is wild.
It really is. We are focusing specifically on the week of March 2nd to March 8th, 2026.
Right.
And the sign we are putting under the microscope today for you guys listening is Capricorn.
It is good to be here analyzing this. And you are right to be surprised. I mean, I have been analyzing charts for a long time, and you just don't often see a week that looks quite like this.
No, you really don't.
It is a week that is going to demand a lot from our Capricorn friends.
Right, because usually we think of Capricorn as the steady rock of the zodiac.
Always
They're the ones who have a plan for their plan.
the spreadsheet kings and queens.
Exactly. They are calm, cool, collected. But looking at this data, it looks like the universe is trying to shake that rock a little bit.
I think shake might be an understatement. Yeah, I would say the universe is trying to relocate the rock entirely.
Okay, well, that sounds ominous.
Just a bit.
Before we get into the day-by-day breakdown, because we do have a lot to cover there, can you give us the vibe check?
The vibe check. Yeah.
If you had to write a headline for a newspaper about Capricorn's life this week, what would it be?
Let me think. The headline would definitely be Foundations and Celestial Eclipses, The Great Reset.
The Great Reset. That sounds huge.
Oh, it is. This week is completely defined by a massive lunar eclipse.
Right.
That is the main event. But surrounded by that, we have shifts in career, luck, a total change in home life, and some very strict reality checks.
It's a lot of moving pieces.
A ton. The theme here is that the ground is moving. The stars are asking you, if you are a Capricorn, to stop building for a second, look down at your foundation and ask, is this actually stable?
Wow.
Or am I just building on top of old habits?
So it is about letting go of the past to build the future.
Precisely. It is about dropping the heavy baggage you have been carrying so you can actually run toward the finish line.
Well, let's not waste any time. We need to talk about the elephant in the room. Or I guess the dragon in the sky.
The dragon in the sky. I like that.
The lunar eclipse. This is happening on Tuesday, March 3rd.
Tuesday, March 3rd. If you are listening, mark it in red pen on your calendar. This is a lunar eclipse in the sign of Virgo.
Okay, let's pause for a second. For the listeners who maybe don't track every single moon phase, why is a lunar eclipse such a big deal?
Good question.
Is it just a really bright full moon?
It is a full moon, but it is a full moon on steroids.
Okay.
Think of a normal full moon as a spotlight that shows you things in the dark.
Right.
A lunar eclipse is like a floodlight that blinds you and then reveals things you are completely trying to ignore.
Oh, wow.
It is an emotional climax. It tends to bring things to an end or a head. It really forces a conclusion.
So there is absolutely no hiding from an eclipse.
No hiding, none at all. And for Capricorn, this specific eclipse is happening in a very interesting place on the chart.
Where is that?
It is happening in their 9th house.
The 9th house. That is the sector of travel and higher learning, right?
That is the textbook definition, yes. Travel, higher learning, publishing. But we need to dig deeper into what that actually means for a human being living a normal life.
Right, because most people aren't publishing a book this Tuesday.
Exactly. The 9th house is about your worldview. It is about the map you use to navigate reality.
The map. Okay. So if the eclipse is hitting the map, does that mean the map is wrong?
It means the map is outdated.
Ah.
The astrological data is telling us that this event pushes you to completely let go of outdated philosophies.
That is a very heavy phrase. Outdated philosophies.
It is.
I feel like when people hear philosophy, they think of old guys in togas debating the meaning of life.
Yeah,
But we are talking about something much more practical here, aren't we?
we are. A philosophy in this context is just a belief you have about how the world works.
Okay.
For example, a Capricorn might have a core belief that says, if I don't work 12 hours a day, I am lazy.
Oh, yeah. I know a lot of Capricorns like that.
Right. Or they might think, I can't trust anyone else to do the job right.
Very common.
That is a philosophy. It is rule they live by.
And those rules dictate their whole life.
Exactly. They run the show in the background. Now, here is where it gets super interesting. This eclipse is in Virgo.
Okay.
And Virgo is the sign of details, perfectionism, and daily routines. But it is happening in the 9th house of the big picture.
So you have a clash.
You have a massive clash.
Yeah.
You have the energy of micromanagement hitting the sector of macrovision.
Oh, wow.
The universe is basically telling you that you are looking at the cracks in the sidewalk, but you're missing the fact that the whole road is going in the wrong direction.
That is a great analogy. So on Tuesday, a Capricorn might wake up and realize, wait a minute, why am I working this hard for this specific goal?
Yeah.
Do I even want this goal anymore?
Exactly. It is a total crisis of belief.
Yeah.
They might look at their career path or their relationship and realize the why just isn't there anymore.
And that has got to be scary.
It is terrifying. For an earth sign like Capricorn, admitting you were wrong about the direction is really hard.
It feels like failure to them.
It feels like failure, but it is actually growth. Think of it like cleaning out a closet.
I love a good closet clean out.
We all do eventually.
Hmm.
But imagine you go into your closet and you find a coat. It is a nice coat. It was expensive. You wore it every day 5 years ago.
Right.
But you put it on now and it is tight in the shoulders. The sleeves are short. It smells a little musty.
It just doesn't fit anymore.
It doesn't fit the person you are today. But a Capricorn will look at that coat and say, but it is a good coat. I worked hard for this coat. I should keep wearing it.
Because it is practical.
Exactly. The lunar eclipse is the friend who comes over, grabs the coat, and throws it in the donation bin.
And says, let it go.
Let it go.
Mm-hmm.
You need space for a new coat. You need a completely new way of seeing the wide world.
Wow.
That is what this Tuesday is about. It is painful in the moment, but it creates space.
So if you are listening and you are feeling a little lost or shaken on Tuesday, that is actually a good sign.
It is the best sign. It means the eclipse is working. It means you are breaking down an old structure so you can build a better one.
Now, this connects to something else I saw in the data for Tuesday. There is a strong link to health and wellness.
Yes, there is.
How does changing your ideas about life connect to your physical health?
That is the Virgo influence again. Virgo rules the body and health. When you are carrying around outdated beliefs, like I must be perfect or I must control everything, that creates stress.
And stress isn't just in your head.
No stress is chemical. It is cortisol. It is inflammation.
Right.
Capricorns are famous for worrying. They worry about the details. Did I send that email? Did I lock the door? Is that report perfect?
Always.
The forecast explicitly asks you to look at your mental health.
So the mental clutter is becoming physical clutter.
Exactly. The advice here is very specific. Stop stressing over minor daily details.
Which is so hard for them to do. That is like telling a fish not to swim.
It is very hard. But the stars are saying, look at the big, bright picture. If you zoom out the typo in the email, doesn't matter.
Right.
If you zoom out the fact that you were 5 minutes late, doesn't matter.
And if they can do that, if they can actually zoom out what happens to their body.
The data shows that relieving this mental stress will directly improve your physical energy.
That makes a lot of sense.
It is like unplugging a machine that has been overheating. Suddenly it cools down. It runs smoother. You have more energy because you aren't burning it all on worry.
So Tuesday's the day to take a deep breath, look at the horizon, and stop looking at your feet.
That is the prescription. Just breathe and look up.
Okay, so we survive Tuesday. We get through the emotional heavy lifting of the eclipse. Then we move to Wednesday, March 4th.
Yes.
And the vibe seems to shift pretty drastically toward the public eye.
It does. On Wednesday, the moon moves out of Virgo and enters Libra.
Okay.
Now, for Capricorn, Libra rules the 10th house.
The 10th house. That is the career sector.
That is the career sector, the house of reputation, the house of how the world sees you. It is the highest point in the chart.
So the spotlight turns on.
A massive spotlight. Imagine walking out onto a stage. The lights are blinding. The audience is hushed. That is the energy of Wednesday.
That sounds like a lot of pressure.
It is pressure, but Capricorns usually thrive on this kind of pressure. They want to be respected.
True.
But what is unique about this Wednesday is the moon's influence. The moon is emotional.
Right.
So this isn't just about doing a job. The analysis says you will feel a strong emotional connection to your work.
What does that look like in real life?
It means you aren't just punching the clock. You are looking at your work and feeling like, this is who I am.
It is personal.
Very personal. If the work is good, you feel amazing. If the work is criticized, you might take it very personally.
Ah, okay. So the armor is a little thinner on Wednesday.
A little thinner, yes.
Yeah.
You care deeply. You want your legacy to matter. It is a day where the line between personal and professional gets very blurry.
So if you are working with a Capricorn on Wednesday, be constructive.
Be constructive and be kind. They want to do well, but they are feeling it in their heart, not just their head.
Okay, so Wednesday's the emotional connection to work. Then we get to Thursday, March 5th.
Yes.
And looking at the chart, this looks like the payoff.
Thursday is the jackpot. We have the sun connecting with Jupiter.
I love whenever Jupiter shows up. Everyone calls it the lucky planet.
It is the lucky planet. It is the planet of, yes, it is the planet of expansion, growth, more, better.
Love that.
And when the sun, which is our core vitality, connects with Jupiter, it is like plugging into a supercharger.
And for Capricorn, this is lighting up the sector of partnerships.
Yes. Business partnerships, contracts, negotiations. This is creating a wave of highly positive energy for working with other people.
So this is not the day to work alone in your office with the door closed.
Absolutely not. This is the day to take the meeting. This is the day to sign the paper.
Okay.
The analysis is very clear. This is the absolute best time to sign a contract or commit to a new team project.
Why is that? What makes the energy so good on Thursday?
It is about trust and optimism. Usually Capricorns are skeptical.
Very.
They read the fine print 3 times. They assume someone is trying to trick them.
Right.
But with this Jupiter influence, you are able to see the potential. And the people you are meeting with are seeing your potential.
So everyone is on the same page.
Everyone is seeing the best in each other. If you have been negotiating a deal for months and it has been stuck, bring it up on Thursday.
Oh, that is a great tip.
It will likely slide right through.
That is super actionable advice. If you have a contract on your desk, wait until Thursday morning to sign it.
100%. Hold off until Thursday.
Okay, so the luck is flowing. Then we get to Saturday, March 7th. The sun meets Mercury.
Mercury, the planet of the mind communication data. When the sun sits right next to Mercury, it purifies the communication.
So the fog lifts.
Completely.
Yeah.
The data shows professional communication becomes incredibly sharp.
Sharp creates a specific image for me, like a knife or a laser.
Think of a laser. It cuts through the noise. This creates absolute clarity in daily talks.
Okay.
You know those meetings where everyone talks for an hour and at the end no one knows what was decided?
No, I hate those meetings. Let's circle back.
Right. Saturday is the exact opposite of that. On Saturday, you say, we are doing X, Y, and Z.
And everyone says understood.
Exactly. There is no confusion. It is a fantastic day to make your point, to give a presentation, or to have a difficult conversation where you need to be understood perfectly.
So Wednesday, you had Thursday, you get the luck. Saturday, you get the clarity. This sounds like an incredible run.
It is an incredible run. But
I knew there was a but.
there is always a but in astrology. We have to talk about Sunday, March 8th.
Sunday, what happens on Sunday?
Venus meets Saturn.
Okay, Saturn again.
Yeah.
Capricorn's ruling planet.
Yes. And Saturn is not like Jupiter. Jupiter is the fun uncle who slips you a $20 bill.
Right.
Saturn is the strict father who asks if you have finished your chores and checks them for errors.
The buzzkill.
I wouldn't say buzzkill. I would say reality check. We are shifting from the luck of Jupiter to the discipline of Saturn.
So the party is over.
The party is over and the bill has arrived.
Yeah.
The charts warn that you need to be completely prepared to handle heavy responsibilities with absolute grace.
Absolute grace. That is a really high bar.
It is. Think about the contract you signed on Thursday. Thursday was exciting. Yay, we have a new project.
Right.
Sunday is the realization, oh my goodness, I have to actually do this project. And it is going to be hard. And it is going to take all my weekends.
The weight of the commitment.
Exactly. Sunday is about the weight. It is about showing up when it isn't fun anymore. It is about duty.
But for a Capricorn, duty is kind of their love language, isn't it?
It is. They can handle this. You are built for this if you are a Capricorn. But it will feel heavy.
Yeah.
It might feel a little lonely. But the key phrase is absolute grace. Don't complain. Don't whine. Just shoulder the burden and walk. That is the Capricorn way.
So enjoy the highs of the week, but save some energy for the work that lands on Sunday.
Precisely. Pace yourself.
Let's talk about money. We mentioned contracts earlier, but does this translate to actual cash in the bank?
It does. And the outlook is actually really fascinating. It connects back to that eclipse on Tuesday.
The higher learning eclipse.
Yes. Remember we said the eclipse is about education? Well, that applies to your wallet too.
Okay.
The analysis says the eclipse brings clarity about financial education.
What does that mean exactly? Like go back to school for accounting?
Maybe not a full degree, but certainly a lesson.
Yeah.
This is the week where the universe says you don't just need more money, you need to understand money better.
So it is not just about earning, it is about learning.
Right. It suggests taking a class on investing, reading a book about tax law, or learning about saving cash. It's about the mechanics of wealth.
That makes total sense. If you are tearing down your foundation to build a new one, you need the blueprints. You can't just throw money at a problem.
Exactly. You need a strategy. But having said that, There is also an opportunity to throw some actual money in the bank.
Okay, tell me about that. I like that part.
We have to look at that Thursday-Jupiter connection again. We talked about it for contracts, but for money specifically, it is a highly favorable moment.
Favorable how? Like finding a 20 on the street.
More like finding a huge win in a negotiation. The data says this energy gives you the power to completely transform your financial status.
Completely transformed. That is a bold statement.
It is huge. It could be negotiating a salary jump that you didn't think was possible.
Wow.
It could be finding a highly profitable new investment that sets you up for years.
And why now? Is it just pure luck?
It is luck meeting preparation. The data makes a really interesting point here. It says that people with money, like investors of bosses' banks, they are all drawn to Capricorn's practical, brilliant ideas.
Practical, brilliant. That is the sweet spot.
It really is. Usually brilliant ideas are risky,
Uh-huh.
and practical ideas are boring.
Right.
But Capricorn is hitting this moment where they are both. You have a genius idea, but you also have a spreadsheet to prove it works.
And investors love a spreadsheet.
They love safety. And Capricorn screams safety. So when you combine that natural total caution that you have with the lucky energy of Jupiter, you get a check being written.
So the strategy for money this week is learn how to manage it on Tuesday and then go ask for it on Thursday.
That is the perfect plan. And the goal is a healthy and safely growing bank balance. We aren't looking for wild, risky spikes here. We are looking for steady, solid growth.
Let's shift gears. We have covered the boardroom and the bank. Now let's talk about the living room and the bedroom. Love, home, and family.
This is where the ride gets a little bumpy.
Oh, no. Bumpy is bad.
It is not bad, but it is complex. We have to go back to the eclipse on Tuesday.
The eclipse touches everything, doesn't it?
It touches everything. And in relationships, the eclipse is threatening to expose a philosophical difference between you and your partner.
We are back to those ideas about life.
We are. And this is dangerous territory. It is one thing to disagree about what movie to watch.
Right.
It is another thing to disagree about, say, politics or religion or whether you want to have children.
The major deal breaker.
But foundational beliefs. The eclipse might rip the rug up and show that you and your partner are standing on completely different ground.
That is terrifying. What do you do? Just ignore it.
No. Do not ignore it. The data is screaming, do not bottle up deep feelings.
But Capricorns are the masters of the stiff upper lip. They bottle things up for a living.
I know. They swallow it down. They think, I will just deal with this later. But the eclipse energy is too high.
So it will backfire.
If you bottle it up on Tuesday, it will explode later. You need to have a totally honest and calm discussion.
Calm is the key word there.
Yes. Don't yell. Don't accuse. Just sit down and say, hey, I feel like we see the world differently on this topic. Can we talk about it?
So navigate that minefield on Tuesday. Then on Friday, March 6th, things shift again. Venus enters Aries.
Venus in Aries. Now, usually Aries is a fire sign. It is loud, it is fast, it is exciting. But for Capricorn, Aries falls in the 4th house.
The 4th house is home and family.
Right. So you have this hot, passionate planet entering the sector of your private home.
Does that mean fighting at home?
It could. But the analysis suggests a different manifestation. It says the focus shifts from the public world to home and private family life. It creates a desire for a fortress.
A fortress.
Yes. The preference shifts entirely. Instead of going out on loud, fancy dates, you're going to want to stay cozy at home.
So just cancel the reservations.
Cancel them. Order takeout. Lock the door. The goal is creating a beautifully peaceful domestic environment.
Okay.
You want to protect your space. You want to be the boss of your castle and just be safe inside.
That actually sounds really nice after the stress of the eclipse. Just hunkering down.
It is restorative. It really helps you recharge. But we can't forget Sunday.
Sunday.
A heavy day.
Venus meets Saturn again.
Saturn is crashing the date night.
Saturn is absolutely crashing the date night.
Yeah.
When the planet of love, which is Venus, meets the planet of restriction and time, which is Saturn, the mood becomes very serious.
Serious?
This isn't giggling over wine. This is, where is this going?
Oh boy. The analysis says you aren't looking for a fling. You aren't looking for games. You want love that is absolutely safe, totally secure, and completely reliable.
They want a warranty on the relationship.
Basically, yes. If you are dating a Capricorn Sunday, it is not the day to joke about breaking up.
Bad idea.
It is not the day to be flaky. If you are 5 minutes late on Sunday, they will think you just don't care.
Wow, high stakes.
Very high stakes. They need to know that the structure of the relationship is solid. If it is, they will be incredibly loyal. If it isn't, Saturn might just end it.
So be reliable, be on time, be serious.
Be real. That is all they want. Just show up and be real.
Let's talk about the body. We mentioned the mental health stress earlier with the eclipse, but are there other physical things going on this week?
There is a total wild card on Wednesday, March 4th. Venus connects with Uranus,
Uranus, the planet of weirdness, the planet of surprises.
the planet of sudden change. When it hits the health sector, it creates a sudden urge to completely change your diet or try a totally new exercise routine.
This is the moment where you buy the expensive juicer at 2 in the morning.
This is exactly that moment.
Yeah.
Or you decide you're going to start training for a marathon, even though you haven't run in 5 years.
Or you decide you're going vegan immediately.
Immediately. It is impulsive. And honestly, the stars say go for it.
Really?
Yeah, ride the wave, try the new class, shake things up. Your body is bored. It wants something new.
But I feel like there is a warning coming.
There is always a warning with Capricorn because Saturn is always watching. On Sunday, when Venus meets Saturn regarding the body, the fun stops.
What is the requirement on Sunday?
Physical, absolute discipline.
Discipline.
And specifically bones and joints.
Ah, right. Because Capricorn rules the skeleton, the knees, the teeth.
Exactly. So here's the scenario. On Wednesday, you get excited and decide to try a crazy new workout. You go hard. You are jumping on boxes. It is fun.
And then Sunday comes.
And then Sunday comes and your knees are absolutely screaming. Saturn says you didn't stretch. You didn't use proper form.
So the advice is to be careful.
Take time to stretch your tight muscles properly. Protect your joints. If you are going to do the new workout, be disciplined about the recovery.
Okay.
Don't just act like a teenager. Respect your skeleton.
Respect your skeleton. I think that is a good motto for life, honestly.
It really is.
Yeah.
Especially for an earth sign.
Okay, let's get into the relationship section. We know Capricorns are intense this week. They are purging old ideas. They are signing contracts. They are locking the doors to build a fortress.
Yes.
Who is going to help them and who is going to make it worse?
Let's start with the helper. The best match for you this week is Pisces.
Pisces, the fish, the dreamer.
The dreamer. Now, normally you might think they are two different. Capricorn is all earth and logic. Pisces is all water and emotion.
Right. One has a spreadsheet, the other has a poem.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But this week, that creates a truly beautiful balance.
Why is that?
Because you are dealing with so much real physical world stuff. The contracts, the money, the reputation. You are wound incredibly tight.
Yeah.
Pisces helps you tap into deep imagination and completely relax.
Pisces is the escape valve.
Pisces is the spa day. Pisces says, put down the phone. Let's just dream for a bit. And oddly enough, the eclipse on March 3rd brings an earthy energy that grounds Pisces too. So you kind of meet in the middle.
So they actually help each other.
They do. The analysis says you teach Pisces how to build their dreams into solid reality.
Here is how you actually fund that art project.
Exactly. And Pisces teaches you to go with the gentle flow.
It is okay if the plan changes.
Just breathe.
Okay.
It is a really symbiotic relationship this week, especially on Thursday with that lucky Jupiter aspect. You can make great shared plans together.
Okay, so find a Pisces, hug a Pisces. Now, who should they completely avoid?
Aries.
Aries.
The ram. The ram. And Capricorn is the goat.
That sounds like a lot of horns.
It is a lot of headbutting. The data is blunt.
Yeah.
You will clash terribly.
What is the source of the conflict?
Speed. It is all about speed.
Aries is fast.
Aries is the baby of the zodiac. They want it now. They are impulsive. Remember, Venus enters Aries on Friday. That makes Aries highly demanding. They want fast results.
And Capricorn.
Capricorn is the grandpa of the zodiac. You want to take careful time. You want to measure twice, cut once.
So Aries is saying, let's go. And Capricorn is saying, wait.
Exactly. Imagine you are trying to cook dinner together. Aries cranks the heat to high to cook it faster. Capricorn turns it down to low to cook it properly.
And then the fight starts.
And he gets ugly. The analysis actually warns about name-calling.
Oh boy. What do they say?
Aries will call you totally boring.
Ouch.
And you will call Aries completely reckless.
And they're both kind of right.
They are both right. That is the problem. But on Sunday, when that strict Saturn energy hits, your strict absolute rules crash into their completely rebellious fire. It is an explosion.
The totally toxic match.
Totally toxic. Just avoid it. If you are married to an Aries, maybe go visit a friend this week. Or just agree to disagree and go into separate rooms.
Don't try to solve major problems together on Sunday.
Definitely not. Just give each other space.
All right, we have survived the week. Let's wrap this up with the vibe recap. People always love the specific details. What are the lucky numbers?
Okay, grab a pen. The numbers are 10, 22, 34, 46, 58, and 64.
Those are very even numbers.
Very sturdy, very even. Look for them in prices, addresses, or times.
And the color of the week?
The color is brown.
Brown. Okay. Not the most exciting color.
It is not exciting, but it is necessary. It fits the theme. Earthy energy. Foundations. Think of rich soil. Think of polished wood. Think of chocolate.
Okay, chocolate brown I can get behind.
It is grounding. If you are feeling flighty, wear brown. It brings you back to earth. And for the digital designers listening, the hex code is #A52A2A.
#A52A2A. Precision. I love it.
And just to quickly recap the best dates.
Yes, please.
Circle March 3rd. That is the eclipse. That is the reset. The closet cleaning.
Tuesday.
Circle March 4th. Wednesday. That is the career spotlight. Shine bright.
And the money day.
March 5th. Thursday. Luck and money. Sign the deal.
What a week. It really feels like a pivotal time for Capricorn.
It is. It is a major turning point. It is a week of clearing out the old, getting rid of the mental clutter, the outdated beliefs, so you can actually build that secure, safe future.
It is hard work.
It is hard work. But remember, the view from the top of the mountain is always worth the climb.
And don't forget to stretch your knees.
Please stretch your knees, especially on Sunday.
Well, thank you so much for analyzing this for us. It is always so helpful to have a guide through the stars.
It was my pleasure. I hope all of you listening have a grounded and powerful week.
And thank you to you, our listener, for listening to this episode on Horoscope TV. We hope this helps you navigate your week with a little more grace.
If you found this useful, make sure you don't miss the next one.
Yes. Please subscribe to the show so you can get notified right when the next episode is available. We have got a lot more stars to explore. Until next time.
Goodbye, everyone.